Two top international soccer officials were found guilty on Friday for their roles in a web of corruption that extended across several continents and ensnared dozens of men who control the world's most popular sport. A jury in federal court in Brooklyn on Friday convicted the men, one Angel Napout of Paraguay, the former top soccer official of South America, who was accused of accepting $10.5 million in bribes since 2010, and José Maria Marin, the former top soccer official of Brazil, who was accused of accepting $6.55 million. Mr. Marin was found guilty on 6 counts, of racketeering conspiracy, wire fraud and money laundering conspiracy. He was found not guilty on 1 count of money laundering conspiracy. Mr. Napout was found guilty on 3 counts, of racketeering conspiracy and wire fraud conspiracy. He was found not guilty on 2 counts of money laundering conspiracy. The month-long trial featured incriminating testimony by former associates, but defense lawyers argued that there was little documentary evidence of money changing hands. Both men were convicted of racketeering conspiracy and wire fraud conspiracy, each count of which can carry up to 20 years in prison. The jury delivered an unusual partial verdict, having communicated to the judge that the group was unable to reach a unanimous decision regarding the 1 count of racketeering conspiracy against Manuel Berga, the former top soccer official of Peru. That charge is the only one faced by Mr. Berga, who has spent much of the 6 days of jury deliberations quietly reading historical fiction. He exited the courtroom on Friday with a rolled-up softcover book of word searches and logic games, noting he had finished his book. The judge ordered the jurors to return for further deliberations regarding his charge next week. The verdicts against Mr. Napout and Mr. Marin partially resolved the trial in the United States case focused on FIFA, the governing body of international soccer that was thrown into chaos when allegations were announced in 2015. Several high-ranking soccer officials were accused of accepting bribes from marketing companies that wanted to obtain commercial rights to major competitions. More than 20 defendants had pleaded guilty as a result of the years-long investigation run by the Justice Department out of the Eastern District of New York in coordination with the FBI and IRS. But the 3 officials who stood trial this month were in the minority as they actively fought the mountainous evidence the government laid out. The 3 men had spent the week pacing the 4th floor of the federal courthouse in downtown Brooklyn as the jury deliberated. Mr. Napout, often linking arms with his children and wife, was alternately somber and jovial, reminiscing about Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd concerts he had attended, singing "When I'm 64" by the Beatles and miming guitar strums, and quoting The Godfather. His adult daughters spent afternoons with coloring books in the court's cafeteria. Mr. Berga quietly read the 3rd book in a trilogy by the Spanish author Santiago Postguijo, a novel about the fall of the Roman Empire. "Killing time," he said in Spanish.